Hi, good evening and welcome to Sports Thursday. I am Julian Gibson. Well, Trevor, Barry and myself both share something in common. I returned to the Bahamas the day after a vacation break, and Trevor made us return to the Bahamas after winning a bronze medal in the high jump at the World Track and Field Championships also today. You see, we had this thing all planned out.
You are definitely one of those new and exciting athletes who are going to take your place in the world stage as many before you have done, and I think that your personality, your style and your grace is the kind of Bahamian that we want to put out there and showcased for the world, and so I think that you represent the country well.
Just to receive a medal at the World Games, it's a big accomplishment itself, you know, but I felt like it was a long time coming. You know, I've been working hard season after season, you know, and it's just a little over an inch that took me on the podium, you know, but it does feel great to compete against the best in the world, you know, and to win a medal doing so, you know, it's just an indescribable feeling, you know.
Well, the Bahamas naming a 20-member team for the upcoming Pan Am Games slated to start October 14th in Mexico. Charles Fisher tells us who's in and who's out.
Bahamas will be represented in track and field, swimming, tennis, boxing and bowling. Tracksters Adrian Griffith, Jamal Roll, Michael Matthew, Christopher Brown, Ramon Miller, O'Neal Williams, Rodney Green, Wesley Nemore, Donald Thomas, Rudon Bastian, Petra Monroe and the veteran Laverne Eve. Just one boxer, Valentino Knowles. Swimmers, Elvis Burrows, Ariel Weech, Alana Dillette, Michaela Lightborn, Alicia Lightborn, Laura Morley, Marvin Roll for tennis, and the bowlers, Justina Stirrup and Joanne Woodside. Chef de mission, Dawn Cornish.
The incentives are not as high because there are no appearance fees for the Pan American Games. So truthfully, that's going to influence the interest. And also the fact that it is also being hosted at a time when the collegiate athletes have to be back at school or they may just be getting on the verge of a break. There are many reasons.
We only have 4 quarter miles to go now, so it's going to be very tough for our 4x4 relay team because right now the schedule have 3 rounds of the 400. And when you look at 3 rounds of the 400 in the space of 5 days, and plus you have to come back to run the first round of the 4x4 and the finals of the 4x4, the finals of the 4x4 is going to be very hard for Chris and Ramon to compete at that level. So we're going to make a decision. What's going to happen? We hope that the 400 meters go 2 rounds and the relay only go 1 round because, you know, this is late in the season. And because after the World Championship, they don't have the incentive to go to the Pan American Games. If it was earlier, you would see a larger team.
Team Bahamas leaves on Monday. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Well, the playoffs in the Grand Bahama Softball Association continued last night with ladies in action and a ruling from the league on that brawl that took place. Ricardo Lightburn, your ringside announcer.
The Curly-Tail Western Conch Pearls and the Kitties Boutique Cats on the diamond in Game 2. The Pearls, with their backs against the wall, needed the win to stay alive in this series, and they started off pretty hot. The Cats, on the other hand, answered the Pearls and tacked on a buggy load of bats. Larica Russell invited to the party. Tara Evans brought the cake for a 2-for-3 game. Single, a home run on this play, 2 RBI to boot. Run, Russell, run. Lorna Maxis felt pretty good and took the left field side of the field hostage. Bashanti Darius belted 2 singles and RBI in Game 2. Carolyn Lang came to play in the party. The Cats rolled up 23 runs on the Pearls in a 23-3 win and the series sweep. The Pearls team captain Tara Evans said it was all business in Game 2 and ready now for the championship round.
Depending on who we meet, we know that we have to take our game up to another level. Tonight here is absolutely not all that we have. You know, we want to push for more and we want to try and take it all.
The GBSA also handed down the suspension of 3 players with the brawl between the Portside Jets and the Freepoint Flyers. Latoya Brown and Christine Hanna suspended for the remainder of the season. Monique Sears only 1 game. A slap on the wrist for such a serious altercation and a black eye for softball. GBSA President Brian Ingenieili defended the decision.
There's a whole body, executive body. They came together and they make that decision and stand on the ground as we take a vote on it, and that's the decision that everybody came up with. But like I say, they have the right to appeal.
What is the message that's being sent now to players that can come out here on this field and look at just getting a slap on the wrist in terms of suspension or whatever it is in terms of altercation on this field?
Well, like you saw tonight, we had two managers on the players get ejected from the game tonight. It might be not, the penalty might not be that stiff at this time, but those players also going into the next season on probation, so anything occur, they'll be gone for a little while.
Well, still talking softball in the Providence Softball Association, but a big sudden death softball game tonight. The Sigma Brackets and the Black Scorpions, well, they should be on the diamond now as I speak. The winner will move on to face the Wildcats for the final fourth spot. The loser will be eliminated and can go fishing. Of course, the playoffs will start on Saturday in the Providence Softball Association. Hey, Nassau schools, this is why Grand Bahama will always beat you in basketball. They have a great program at the foundation level. Yesterday was a prime example. They got their regular season officially started. Ricardo Lightburn blows the whistle.
The opening of the primary basketball season was total excitement for the Hotshots. Kevin Guy Principal Daisy McPhee was the guest speaker. She recommended the fundamentals of the game be seriously looked at and addressed.
I continue to train them, ground them in the basics, which is extremely necessary. You know, my daughter is a coach and she's talking about how much they lack the basics. So I said, get back to the basic. My husband is a coach, and he talks about always. That's all I'm hearing.
James Goncumler and Keith Mullings are the patron of the league, and both are honored. Their message to the athletes, have fun, make their schools proud. To the coaches, it's not all about winning, but development.
Winning should not be as important as discipline. I think teaching them how to get along, how to be teammates, how to be disciplined on the court is what's mostly important. Those are the skills that helps you later on in life. You know, playing basketball should be all about developing yourself discipline-wise.
We're at that stage now where we have something structured to have the young kids in the formative years where we can show them and teach them all about the game, not just basketball, but any type of sports, whatever the discipline is, and to be able to take that not just on the court, off the court. And to really, what's good about this age is that, we don't want to talk too much about the winning. We want to talk about participation, teamwork, discipline, and that's what I like about, having my name associated with them at this stage of the game.
Well, 3 weeks after former administrator Everett Hart issued a challenge to Frank Hanna in a fishing tournament, Frank has now responded, not backing down from Hart whatsoever.
Everett Hart refused to face me when it comes down to fishing. You know, when Everett Hart and I was fishing, I caught 3 fish on 2 hooks. And when Everett Hart saw that, he could not believe it. He thought it was a miracle out of the heavens. But Everett, I'm waiting for you in Red Bay. Next year, please. Last year, you said you was coming. I was ready for you. But you took off and went to Jamaica.
In fact, Frank says that Hart can meet him in Andros in 2 weeks for the deep sea fishing tournament if he is serious.
But Everett, this time now, I want you to come down and face me. Face the great fisherman of Andros. You're short, Everett, but I'm going to make you a little taller when I finish with you in May.
Now, scores are looking forward to this clash, but chairman of the Red Bay's fishing tournament, Alfonso Smith, says that it might not take place. He explains why.
Everett Hart has been suspended from participating in any future Red Bay snapper tournament. The committee comprised of 5 women and 4 men. All the women voted to suspend Everett Hart, and the women was all dressed in Frank Hanna clothing. The chairman abstained from voting. So Everett Hart is out. He cannot participate unless he contributes $600 to a charitable organization in Red Bay. That'll be the only way he can fish again in Red Bays.
Well, that's all the time for sports on a Thursday. But folks, Game 5, the New York Yankees and Detroit Tigers, they will square off tonight. That series is all deadlocked at 2 games apiece. Stay tuned. You've got a forecast. It's still to come.